Lassiter is a 1984 Tom Selleck vehicle that feels like a boring baby conceived by early Bond films and the Oceans movies. Tom Selleck plays Lassiter, a crook in 1930s England, right before the war starts, who is asked by the British police and FBI to break into the German embassy to steal some jewels. So Tom Selleck has to break in and do this. Uh, Tom Selleck is a bit of a womanizer in the movie. That's where I kind of get the Bond connection from. And then the heist aspect and kind of assembling some friends to help him on this heist kind of gives me the Oceans feel. I don't know. I didn't like this movie that much. I was fairly bored throughout it. Tom Selleck, I think, is a good leading man. I've liked him in most other projects I've seen him in. It kind of feels like he's phoning it in this one. Bob Hoskins was great. You might recognize him as Mario. And honestly, I think he gives the most entertaining performance in the movie. Everybody else either plays it kind of bland, like white bread bland, or no, that's about it. They're with the exception of Bob Hoskins, they're all kind of really boring. Even Tom Selleck, like I said, phoning it in. I picked this movie by pure random. My roommates and I did like a coin toss to pick a movie to watch, and we grabbed Lassiter as the wild card because it had Tom Selleck and swastikas on the back, and we were like, oh shit, Tom Selleck fighting Nazis, that sounds awesome. It wasn't. We didn't even read the back. We just looked at the pictures. We judged a book by its cover, and we got bit for it. I wouldn't recommend this movie. I would say that there are a litany of other spy or robbery movies that are far more entertaining. I would watch any of the Oceans movies or any Bond, Mission Impossible, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., any of those films before I'd even consider rewatching Lassiter. I don't know. It didn't feel like it brought anything really new to the table. It didn't feel overly creative. It felt pretty unoriginal. I feel like as I've already compared it to several other films, I just feel like I've seen this movie several other times. When we were watching it, we were trying to make the best of it, having a laugh whenever we could, but I don't even think this movie really falls into so bad it's good territory. It's just kind of boring, which is, in my opinion, one of the most criminal things a movie can be. It gets hard to talk about when a movie's boring. Like, I don't want to sit here and say that it was just the worst thing I ever saw. It was, it was so bad, because it wasn't. It was just mediocre. It was phoned in, like Tom Selleck's performance. It was very formulaic. The actual filmmaking, I didn't find all that creative. There wasn't a lot of filming techniques, the use of the camera or editing that I found particularly creative. Soundtrack, I'm not qualified to talk about music at all, but the soundtrack was just completely forgettable. I couldn't even hum a tune for you, and I literally watched it last night. So yeah, Lassiter, starring Tom Selleck. I'm going to give it I'm feeling kind of mean right now. I kind of want to give it like a 4.5 out of 10, but honestly, it's not that bad. I'm going to give Lassiter a 5.5 beautiful mustaches out of 10. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.